What's the funniest way you've ever seen someone try to skip a line? Last Saturday, I was at Pancake Paradise, this insanely popular breakfast spot downtown. The line was absolutely ridiculous, wrapped around the entire building twice. We're talking like 60 people deep just to get some syrup-covered carbs and overpriced coffee. I'd been waiting for 45 minutes, scrolling through my phone and slowly dying of hunger, when this guy in an expensive navy suit walks up. Designer briefcase, shiny shoes, the whole corporate warrior look. Dude looked like he made more in a day than I make in a month. He starts confidently walking past everyone in line, just strolling by like he owned the place. When people give him confused, dirty looks, he just nods professionally like he absolutely belongs there. He gets all the way to the front and tells the hostess with complete authority, "Excuse me, I'm eating the Williams party. Table for 8, they should already be seated inside." The teenage hostess looks super confused, but dutifully checks her reservation list. And wouldn't you know it, there actually is a Williams party on the books. What are the freaking odds, right? She's about to grab a menu and let him waltz right in when this middle-aged woman 3 spots behind me suddenly yells, "Hey, wait just a damn minute, that man is not Bill Williams." Turns out, this lady knows the real Williams family personally. They're weekly regulars who've been coming here for years. And the real Bill Williams is this 72-year-old retired high school math teacher, definitely not some smooth 30-something business executive. But here's where this whole thing gets absolutely beautiful. Instead of admitting defeat and walking away with whatever dignity he had left, this madman doubles down hard. "Oh, you must be thinking of my dear Uncle Bill," he says, smooth as silk and twice as confident. "I'm Bill Williams Jr., completely different Bill Williams. Common family name, you understand." The hostess is looking back and forth between them like she's watching the world's most awkward tennis match. The real Mrs. Williams is now walking over from inside the restaurant because she heard someone loudly using her family name. "Excuse me," she says politely to the suit guy, clearly confused. "Are you claiming to be related to my husband?" This absolute legend of a human being with zero shame and maximum commitment looks this sweet old lady dead in the eyes and confidently declares, "Mom." The entire line of 60 hungry people just completely lost their minds. Everyone's laughing, pointing, taking videos on their phones. This grown man just called a random elderly woman his mother to skip a breakfast line. Mrs. Williams, absolute saint that she is, decides to play along beautifully. "Oh my goodness gracious, son, I barely recognized you in that fancy business suit." She gives him this huge theatrical hug while winking at the crowd. "But sweetheart, we already ordered our food, and your father specifically said no more surprise children at our table today." The crowd is absolutely eating this performance up. People are clapping and cheering. Someone in the back yells, "Best family reunion ever." The poor hostess is desperately trying not to laugh, but she's failing miserably. She asks Mrs. Williams, "So should I go ahead and seat your son with your party?" "Oh heavens no," Mrs. Williams says, gently patting his cheek like a real mom would. "My boy here needs to learn some patience and proper manners. Make him wait in line just like everyone else, dear." This guy's face went from supremely confident to utterly confused to absolutely mortified in about 3 seconds flat. He's just standing there in his expensive suit, clutching his leather briefcase, while this sweet grandmother completely and totally destroyed his entire elaborate scheme. But wait, because somehow it gets even better. Mrs. Williams announces loudly to the entire waiting line, "Since my son here feels so entitled, he's going to buy everyone's breakfast today. Isn't that right, honey?" Now he's completely trapped in his own web. 60 people are staring at him expectantly with big grins. If he says no, he looks like the world's worst fake son. If he says yes, he's about to drop some serious money. He looks around at all these expectant faces, realizes he's been absolutely checkmated by a 70-year-old woman, and just starts laughing hysterically. "You know what? Fine. You got me. Breakfast is on me. Everyone. Every single person." The entire line erupted in the loudest cheers I've ever heard. People are high-fiving him, calling him the greatest fake son who ever lived, taking selfies with their new breakfast hero. He ended up spending over $800 feeding complete strangers. But here's the crazy part. Everyone was so grateful and impressed by his good sportsmanship that they all invited him to join their tables. By the time we finished eating, he'd exchanged numbers with half the restaurant, had 4 people offer him legitimate job connections, and got invited to 2 different parties that weekend. Mrs. Williams gave him her real phone number and said if he ever needed a fake mom for anything else, just give her a call. The hostess comped his entire personal meal and said it was the best entertainment they'd had all month. That man turned the most embarrassing moment of his life into the most expensive and successful networking event ever.